Soldier's just a regular guy that's willing to pay just a little bit more for his freedom and willing to do a little bit more for other people's freedom.
We're raised in the same small town, born and raised there, never left, never went anywhere. He joined the military a year after he graduated high school. We were really just kids then.
They're no different than the Joe or the Jane that grew up with them, but they have done something else that most of the Americans don't do. They stepped forward, raised their hand, taken an oath of office to their country.
I have pledged my loyalty, my oath to the nation. I cannot tell you the pride that is instilled in that statement.
They're terrific fighters, and there is a sense of personal courage, teamwork, and initiative that many of us think distinguishes them when you look back over the 200-plus years of our history.
Putting boots on the ground is nothing new. The Army's been doing this for over 230 years. Putting boots on the ground and making a difference.
I am a veteran of all three wars. I go when they call me.
The days of my father and my grandfather going off to fight a war and returning home to flags and parades and going back to civilian life, that's not what this war is all about. It's being fought by long service professionals dedicated to the profession of arms, willing to treat service in the American Army as a lifelong career choice and a commitment.
We send 19 and 20-year-old young men and young women too these days out there, and we expect them to work miracles. We expect them to stand on a police checkpoint and keep the peace between two peoples who want to kill each other. And here's this kid, and he's going to make life and death decisions. And usually he makes the right ones.
It's a war in which the human element prevails over the technological element. It's a war that's going to be won by our ability to influence the will of other people. It's not about applying technology to the battlefield. It's about using technology as a tool. But ultimately, the instrument of power in wars in this century is the human being. It's a soldier. It's boots on the ground.
It only took a day for us to realize that this was not the movie. It wasn't a game. And people didn't get up at the end of the day and go home.
It is a life of unbelievable physical challenge and misery, of rain and hunger and thirst and physical danger.
The first round gets shot at you, you do kind of step back and go, whoa, that was coming at me.
You know that the possibility is there, and it's very real, but it's always going to be the next guy.
We got 18, 19, 20-year-old kids here that have seen death, on a daily basis.
You never know when it's going to be your time. It can happen in a blink of an eye.
God, man, I think I'm hit.
He was always here for us. If he wasn't at work, he was here. He was there for his soldiers, even on the day he left for Iraq. He wasn't supposed to go until 1 o'clock, and 10:30 rolled around and we'd already gotten 6 phone calls from his soldiers, and he's like, "I'm sorry, honey, I have to go."
It was maybe 5 or 10 minutes till 10, the morning of Sunday, April the 9th. We were going to relieve another squad of soldiers at an intersection in the city of Ramadi, and we never made it there. We were maybe 50 to 100 meters from the intersection, and we got hit by an IED. I've never met a better leader, a better NCO than Sergeant Emerson. He cared about his soldiers more than anything. It was really hard losing a friend that close.
He just seemed invincible. So now that he's not here, it's kind of a shock.
I don't think people do comprehend the sheer terror of war, the fear of war, and the enormous suffering that goes on. Different name of the war, but the same brutality, the same suffering. No one understands without having gone through it.
Soldiers don't want to die. But what makes them different and special is that they're willing to. They do it for one another, and they do it out of a profound yet simple sense of duty.
Guy comes walking in, walking a little funny. Why is he walking funny? What happened? Well, I lost a leg. Oh, well, what can I do for you? I want to re-enlist. Where do we find people like that?